What is going on, guys? Welcome to another reacting I can't talk video. Just one of those videos where I can't talk, so basically everything on this channel. Anyway, Splatoon 2 is kind of hype right now. We saw some brand new gameplay of it recently in a new Nintendo Direct, so I thought this is the perfect time to relook at my prediction series on Splatoon 2. Now, in the video, I call it Splatoon with the word 2 in the middle, but regardless, I still thought it'd be fun to see, have we gotten any predictions right, or am I watching this too early? Should I wait till E3 to watch this? I don't know, but I'm going to watch it right now. So, let's just jump right into this, and let's find out what the heck I was talking about, because I have not seen this since I released this, and this video came out, let's see, March 27th, so actually just about over a year ago at this point in time. So let's give this a shot and see what's going on here. Now I have to give all credit to Vector Star Productions for making this intro. She made the logo first off. The logo is absolutely amazing. She did a great job with it. I still wish they called it something like this instead of just Splatoon 2, but you know, whatever. It's fine, it's fine. And yeah, of course, the Press Plus to predict, you know, big props to Vector Star Productions for making that. But after 4 hours of playing the same two maps, it really can get quite really tiring after a while. Yeah. Now I expect Splatoon to have around 20 to 25 playable maps. That's a lot of maps. 20 to 25? I don't think, I mean, we might get that many, but that still seems kind of high. I feel like we're only going to get around 15 to 18 maps in the final game. But honestly, I would love to have more than that. I really hope there is 20 to 25. So in the sequel, I expect that we're going to be able to pick between 3 random maps. Man, you know how sad that, it's kind of sad that that has to be a prediction. Voting on 3 maps. Like, that shouldn't have to be a prediction. That should have been the first game. Regardless, I know it was the first game in the series, but come on, Nintendo, are you for real now? Anyway. Random map. Oh, sorry about that. Feature. I had to close the Skype because it popped up. Okay, you just heard that. That's nice. And I, the living splat out of the sequel. I promise you guys. The living splat. Another couldn't change our clothing or weapons matchup in between most game modes. Now, of course, another simple feature. Oh my god, just watching this is making me realize, also making the trigger video recently, is making me realize all these simple, basic things that Splatoon 1 doesn't have that just drives me crazy. That we can't, there's like so many basic things. We can't vote on maps, we can't swap out our clothing in between matches, we can't play every game mode at the same time unless it's private battles, and not everyone is going to be able to do private battles. Okay, I'm lucky because if I were to just post on Twitter, hey, I want to play Splatoon, I could get 8 people in a lobby pretty easily. Not everyone can do that. That sucks. Now, as you know, okay, I also just realized if you look in the bottom corner, right there, I should have cropped that out of the video. That was more amiibo than I had. I don't know why I didn't just move those out of the shot. Like, I could have easily just done a little bit of, not a crop, but I could have easily just, you know, zoomed in just a little bit more. But I didn't do that. I guess I just didn't notice, or I don't know. Would it be possible if we could prestige, like, I don't know, 5 times? Maybe every time you prestige. Okay, now that I say that, it took me so freaking long to get to level 50. Also, that's a good place to stop the screen cap. It took me freaking forever to get to level 50. Like, yeah, like, honestly, it took, like, almost, like, 100 billion hours just to get to level 50. I mean, Prestige could be an okay thing to do, I think, but if they're gonna do that, it shouldn't take as long to get to level 50, because, holy crap, it takes forever. So I expect a few new game modes in the sequel. Okay, I have to wonder, did I predict a zombies mode? Because that's basically what we got. Or that looks like exactly what we have. Now, when I was watching the Nintendo Direct, you guys might have seen if you watched that stream, I thought that the new mode was something in single player or multiplayer, but everyone's saying, no, it's like a zombies mode. And now that I've rewatched it, it kind of is like a zombies mode. So I want to see if I predicted that. That would be interesting. Free-for-all and a co-op free-for-all game. Hey, that could still happen. That would be cool. Will explode the color from the team that added the most. Explode the color. I think there should be no way of okay, something about that sentence sounds weird. Explode the color. I don't know, it just sounds weird. Now, is local split screen multiplayer. Yep, and we're getting that. I mean, it's not split screen, but we are getting local multiplayer up to 8 players. That is freaking amazing. Okay, I don't think it's split screen multiplayer, but it is local multiplayer, and that is freaking sick. So that's actually really cool that I predicted that correctly. Man, okay, well, that was definitely interesting. So I predicted, I mean, so far, it seems like a lot of those predictions, just like, they just have to happen. And a lot of that stuff is so obvious, like, there's just no way that stuff can't happen. I mean, Anyway, let's just check out some comments. Now I'm really curious. How about a game mode where the winning team is based on how many kills you get? I mean, that could happen, but at the same time, that kind of defeats the purpose of Splatoon, because Splatoon isn't so much about getting kills. That's every other shooter. What's special about Splatoon is that it's about different types of gameplay in terms of shooters. There's turf wars, and then there's tower control, which obviously kills matter, but that being the sole focus, I don't know. I mean, they might do that, Chris. I could see them actually implementing something like that just to get brand new game modes in there. But it doesn't feel like a Splatoon type of game mode, but that's just my opinion. I feel like you're making Splatoon a bit more like Call of Duty, like with Camos, Prestige, and Sharpshooter. See, the gameplay would still be completely different from COD. I believe the small additions could bring a little more depth. Yeah, that's basic. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Red. Don't call it Splatoon, it will confuse so many grandmas. Call it Splatoon the Inkening. It's a much better title. But unfortunately, we only got Splatoon 2. What a boring name. Lame. What about, like, kill streaks? Well, again, that's the thing with Splatoon. It's really not about the kills. I mean, kill streaks would be cool, but that's more of a thing for all the other shooters. Like, you know, Splatoon is different. It's all about the ink itself and getting it all over the place. That's what it's really about. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and move on to part 2. Now, this is a pretty short prediction series, so it's short in the number of videos that we have for it. There's only 4, but also the videos themselves aren't that long. So anyway, this is map ideas. I'm going to make a guess that I predicted a big house level without even meaning to. I have around the same amount, and maybe even a few more than that. Now, before we get started... Wait, why did I predict that? I already talked about that in the first video. I don't know why I brought that up again, but okay. Colorful. It seems like most of the maps... Maps more colorful. So we've seen about 5 of the maps, and so far they're really not that more colorful. They look a lot like the Splatoon 1 maps. It'd be cool if you could jump from tree to tree, or from treehouse to treehouse. You know, I could almost see them doing that, honestly. They added... I'm pretty sure I predicted one of these correct. I think I predicted like a skateboard map, and they actually showed that off on the Splatoon Tumblr pretty recently. So I could almost see something like this insane actually make it into the game, and I hope it does. I really do. Big house. Now, if the furniture's really big, it'd be a great hiding spot, and maybe every time. A fireplace. Honestly, like, you know, from this video, from this prediction series and anything before that, I didn't even realize I was adding Big House to all of my map /stage /track ideas. After Delfino Plaza in Super Mario. Yes, that has to happen. Has to happen. It's just where the river could be filled with sponges. The river? The river? To the other side. Can access Yoshi. The biggest obstacle would of course be the water that's surrounding the castle. Yoshi? I don't think so. I think that Splatoon should stay as its own series. It shouldn't really introduce other Nintendo characters. I mean, it's one thing to have, okay, I could see like Nintendo clothing, like you can wear a Mario hat, or you can have, I don't know, you can wear Fox's shirt and Fox's pants and his shoes or something. Okay, I could see something like that, but actually including the literal characters, I think that's going too far, because Splatoon still needs to establish itself a bit more as a more well-defined series, because it's still a brand new IP, and I don't want it to get confused as just being something else, because it's got to just focus on being Splatoon, and that's it. Okay, so honestly, I think I had some pretty lame ideas. Like, some of the ideas were okay, but I think a lot of those maps, they're not going to happen. And you know, I could have sworn that I predicted like a skate park map, but I didn't. It didn't come up at all, but hey, we're getting one. That's pretty cool. You really like big house levels, don't you? Yeah, that's when I realized that, whoops, I say big house level in all my prediction videos every time. Also, it's interesting, if they make a map inspired by Sunshine, Flood needs to be in the game as a weapon option. And what's cool is that Flood is basically in the game. I mean, it's not an actual weapon per se, but it is a special. It's the, I forgot what the exact name is. It's the jetpack something. You know what I'm talking about in Splatoon 2. We all used it, if you played the test fire, of course, but the Flood basically is in the game, which is freaking amazing. It's so cool to see that. How about a map that takes place on a factory, and you can shoot the gears that rotate like in the story, and they have the conveyor belts along with little machines that change the position or that stop and start them. That's actually a really cool idea, Vanilla Cream. Your profile picture looks absolutely delicious, and now I want some ice cream. Great idea, I have to say. Do you think they'll bring back the most popular stages from the first game? Well, I think they will now. Now that we've seen Murray Towers already, I'm sure they're going to bring back, things like Blackberry Skate Park, maybe Urchin Underpass. I could see them bringing back, a handful of the game's first stages. It'd be cool if they brought back all of them over time, and then, of course, a bunch of brand new ones, even though I'm not expecting that much. But that would be really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out part 3, weapon ideas. So, I don't remember any of this at all. Variation in weapons. Alright, you know what I noticed? Okay, my Inkling Girl amiibo is like right in front of the name of the box, and that is really, really bothering me. I really wish that I just moved that amiibo a little bit more to the left so you could actually see the name on the box art. I don't know why that's bothering me so much, but I'm looking at it every single episode, and it's killing me. I don't like it. Sloshers and Splatlings. Oh, God. Like to see a couple new Those horribly photoshopped pictures. Oh, God. Oh, man. Why did that look so bad? I shouldn't have even photoshopped out the background. I should have just... Bad. Let's predict a couple new weapon types. Yes, we got the dual splatties. And maybe a few idea for brand new sub and special weapons. A few idea, guys. Off the scenario. What is that Photoshop? The head is way too big. Oh God, you can see where I use the eraser tool. That is the ugliest Photoshop I have ever made in my life. Wow. We're playing as look at that. Oh my God, I left that in there. I didn't even erase that from the Inkling Boy picture. Okay, so I really want to know what you guys said in the comments in terms of what new ideas, because, what new ideas? What brand new ideas you guys had? I have an idea for a new weapon. How about a giant house? Yes, let's make it happen. Giant house weapon. How about Switch Brush? It's the end zap, but instead of having a sub-weapon, pressing R could turn it into an ink brush. To not make it overpowered, switching takes away half the ink tank. That's my genuine idea inspired by Monster Hunter. I've never played Monster Hunter, but that sounds really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds amazing. How about a big art easel for a special? It would work similar to the Killer Whale, and the ink strike where it would fall from somewhere you placed it, and then it would kill anyone in its path. When it disappears, it would leave a big rectangle of ink where it disappeared. That'd be pretty cool. What if we could ride a bike? Did I really say ride a bike, or was it ride? Now I have to double check. Ride a bike. I think I said ride a bike. Oh my God. Now for another special weapon, what if we could ride a bike? I said ride. It kind of sounds like wide, but okay. I can see how you heard that. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the final Splatoon 2 video. Campaign/miscellaneous. This will probably be the shortest one. 5 hours to complete. Playing through the single player again with the amiibo. And you know what's kind of sad about this, guys? I feel like Splatoon 2 is going to have the same type of single player. I mean, it's going to have... It might be a little bit longer, and there might be a little more things to do. But I think in general, it's still only going to last, 6-7 hours. I don't think there's going to be side missions. It's going to be just nice little short levels like this, which is okay. But since the game is coming out, it seems like it's coming out so soon. No one expected Splatoon 2 to come out this year. Everyone thought it would probably be 2018 or maybe even 2019, but it's coming out already. So I don't expect much for single player. And/or online co-op. Yeah, that would be so cool. I hope they do that, honestly. And honestly, usually it's because of connection problems. It would also be nice if everything is anti-alien. Honestly, usually that's always the reason, because you're not allowed to leave Splatoon matches. The only way you can leave a Splatoon match is if you lose power in your house, or if your internet drops, or if you turn off your console. Okay, let's go ahead and check out some comments. I really don't have much to say there. I mean, I agreed with most of what I said. There were a couple things I was like, what? The sequel will probably make the first game look like garbage. I'm sure it will. Honestly, Splatoon 2 is shaping up to look a lot better just from what we've seen so far. And we have barely seen any of the game. We've barely played any of the game. Short story, obviously correct. The speedrunner did it in under an hour. While that is true, speedruns do happen in under an hour for this game. Breath of the Wild can also happen in 40 minutes, and that's a game that's supposed to take dozens and dozens of hours to finish. But I understand what you're saying, Go Group the Taco. The story itself, just playing it normally, is too short. I want there to be some sort of zombie mode. The Octolings and all the types of minions in single player would be attacking you and 3 other online players, and I hope you could play local as well. While that doesn't, it's not the Octolings that are attacking you, at least from what I remember from the trailer. He actually, wow, this guy, Recruiter Funny Hearthstone Moments, he predicted zombie mode. That is pretty darn cool. Congratulations to you for predicting that. That's awesome. Now, before we end this video, I wanted to show you this really cool product that I got from GearBest.com. Now, this is not a sponsored video, but these guys gave me this thing for free, and I have to talk about this in a video. So, this might look like a 3DS XL, right? It's not a 3DS XL. This thing is a computer. This tiny little device has Windows 10 on it, fully functional. Now, this device is called a GPD Win, Gamepad Digital Windows, and I'm going to show you a little bit about it real quick. So, as you can see, it charges with USB-C, which is amazing because USB-C is, like, everything uses it, even the Switch uses it. There's one USB port, there's a headphone jack. So, as you can see, this thing, it has a keyboard, a fully functional keyboard, as well as like a game controller that you can use to play games on the go. And as you can see, it's been loading up. It's literally Windows, guys. It's a full functioning Windows. Like, I'm not joking. This thing is nuts. Look at that, just a normal document. Let's go ahead and pull up something really cool. I am about to start a Mario 64, it's loading right now, a Mario 64 ROM hack. You can play Mario 64 ROM hacks on this thing. That is so freaking cool. Like, seriously, and what you can do, if you don't even want to use the controller on here, you can just hook one up using the USB, and you can play any Mario 64 ROM hack on the go. That's what I'm personally going to be using this thing for. Now, if you want to use it for things like YouTube and Twitch, I have tested those out. They actually run pretty well, and I'm very, very surprised. I've tried a few Steam games. Some Steam games run okay, some of them aren't so great, but there are ways to optimize the system so that you can play a variety of different games. I've heard you can play things like Assassin's Creed, Dark Souls 3, Rocket League on this little device, which is really, really cool. So, if you'd like to check one out and purchase one for yourself, there is a link in the description. Again, this is not sponsored, but I was given this product for free, so I feel like I just have to give these guys a shout out for giving me this thing. And if you want to check it out, think it's for you, then boom, links in the description. But that is about it for today. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're excited for Splatoon 2. If you're not excited for it, that's fine. Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all very soon.